I tried to record Pokemon, but that just didn't go very well. Very simply, because I died within 5 minutes. I tried to record a Spotlight video, but the bitrate was too low and it was pixelated as fuck. And I can't relaunch the game for some reason, so I was very positive about the game, but I'm very happy that I didn't recommend it after all, because if you can only play it once before it shits the bed, that's not great. So I am kind of out of options at the moment. I do want to do more Spotlights again going forward. In a slightly different format than I did it previously, but for right now, I guess the only way for me to fill a significant amount of time with anything that I feel like playing in the moment is Stormy Ascent. So here we fucking are. I've never completed this level yet, and I don't feel like I'll be likely to do it within the next 20 or so minutes. But hey, maybe we get lucky. Who fucking knows? The thing that I wanted to talk about most is that the video is in 4K, because as I said, oh, god damn, okay, let me focus here for a moment. There we go. The new monitor I bought last week, the week before, it is 4K, and most games, question mark, at least a few games, I can run relatively well in 4K. Like this game is running in 4K right now, and it's doing fantastic work. Matter of fact, it feels like it's just running smooth. It might even be running close to 60. I don't have a frame rate counter on for it, but it doesn't really matter. So a lot of videos will be going 4K. Will be 4K going forward, I think. Just because why not, right? I don't think that I'll be doing it for Pokemon videos, because like literally the highest resolution Pokemon game in existence is Sword and Shield, and while it might render at 1080p, let's be honest, like for edges, like model sharpness and stuff like that, it rendering on 1080p might be 900p now that I think about it actually. But the texture resolution, that's closer to 3DS levels. That's still like 480p. It's kind of shit. Oh, on the environments, on the Pokemon, okay, that's just on my part. On the Pokemon themselves, they're very clean and crisp, I have to admit, but I can't play Sword and Shield anyway because I do not own a Switch, because I spent the money that I could have spent on a Switch on this new monitor and more video RAM. Not more video RAM, I did buy a new video card a couple of months ago at this point, but more just system memory because I fucking needed it. So I don't have the money for a Switch anymore at the moment. Well, I do have the money, but I don't want to spend it on the Switch. So, oh my god, I didn't even know you could do that. For some reason I didn't get damaged there, and I'm not gonna question it because thank you. Don't know why I jumped there. So, long story short, I don't think a GBA game is going to benefit a lot from a 4K video, like at all. So we're not going to do those in 4K, but if I'm playing a game that has any benefit to it whatsoever, which is just to say if I'm playing a game that was released not on a handheld or the Switch, really if I'm just playing a game on the PC, an actual PC game, because I'm thinking, well, maybe I can play some 4K games on the PS4 now, and I'm okay, which ones? Because every single one that I own on the PS4, I think I literally own every game I have on the PS4 on PC except for Crash Bandicoot 4 at this point. And that's only because I haven't felt the need to replay Crash Bandicoot 4 since initially playing it. That being said, I have been playing Crash 1 and 2 a bit lately. Purely for research purposes, because I'm working on my own 3D platformer, as you might have noticed if you keep up to date with like the update videos too, as well as the new game dev channel where I upload weekly devlogs, which is just a lot of fun. You should go subscribe. So I've been playing mostly Crash Bandicoot for research purposes because a lot of the level design is going to be the same hallway-based levels as Crash Bandicoot. Mostly 2 and 3. 1 doesn't have that as much. It's a lot more side-scrolling in 1 than I remember it. But I might replay at least parts of Crash 4 as well, for which I might just get the PC version because I hate the timing on that obstacle. I also hate that the checkpoint is right after that obstacle. I might just get the PC version because, I don't know. I like the game. I'm one of the few people that does, I feel. A lot of people seem to hate Crash 4. I quite like it. Is it a bitch to 100%? Yeah. Is it literally the only Crash game that I've never 100%ed at this point? No, actually. Unless you don't count anything after Crash 3, I've 100%ed Crash 1, 2, and 3. So there is that. I am not even going to try 100% in Crash 4 because bullshit. That is actual bullshit. The amount of work that you have to put in. I don't know why I did that. To 100% that game, that is not something that I'm going to do. So, yeah. But I don't think it's fair to criticize a game for being difficult to 100%. Because most people playing it aren't going to 100% it anyway. Just as a casual playthrough, Crash 4 for the most part is a fantastic game other than the Cortex levels. But other than like 2 levels, you can skip every Cortex gameplay anyway. So don't bitch about that. What is the timing on this? It's 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, nope. It seems almost random. I can't help but feel like I could probably skip the stairs. 1, no. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I almost fucking made it. You don't have enough time to walk on the platform. You do need to use the stairs. So you might be saying, oh my god, if you're playing Stormy Ascent for research purposes for your own game, is it going to be an insanely stupidly difficult 3D platformer? And to that I say, I don't fucking know. Probably not. I'm mostly playing Stormy Ascent right now because I know that I'll be able to play this game, or this level rather, for a extended period of time without accidentally finishing it too early and not knowing what to do with the rest of the video. But seeing as how I am like pretty into 3D platforms and Crash specifically, and there's not a lot of... Okay, that's entirely on me. There's not a lot of good Crash Bandicoot clones out there. Not saying that my game would necessarily be good, but it's definitely going to be better than like the M&M's game. Or like the Lilo and Stitch game that Disney made in like 2004, I want to say. Well, I don't want to say it's definitely going to be better because it will literally be my first game, but I think I have one thing over like Disney Interactive Media or whatever the company is called, and that is that I give a shit. And they clearly did not when they made that game, so you know what, I'll take that hit. I don't mind that. This is the furthest I've gotten in this level ever, by the way. So if I make it through these 2 obstacles coming up, I will have set a new record, and I will have done it within 10 minutes. That's kind of insane. Okay, so once you come out of the wall, you stay there. Okay! I was expecting a lot of problems. Not making the first jump was not a problem that I really had foreseen being there. That is a really scary jump to make. I don't like the... Well, actually, I do like this as an obstacle. I just don't like doing it because it's difficult. Fuck! I am going for the box jam, by the way. If possible. You know what's funny? In the original game, obviously, this level didn't exist because it wasn't included. It was only found through data mining and then later with mods re-added to the game. But in the original game, you would have done all of this without dying to get the box jam. That is fucking insane. I mean, it's fucking insane for most levels in this game to not die and get all the boxes. But for this level specifically, that is some bullshit. That also is some bullshit. That jump, I've never made without taking damage. I'm not saying that it cannot be done. I'm just saying that I have not, as of yet, done. Hold on, are there boxes up there? Because I can just maybe... That was a death on purpose, mostly. I have 2 hit points now, though. Just die enough and you'll be fine. I don't know if I squeezed through like 2 death planes there. Yeah, doing that... You don't skip any boxes doing that. I mean, it's not difficult to make this first jump anyway, so you don't save that much by it. But it is kind of a neat little skip. I'm gonna try doing this without damage. I said I was gonna try. I didn't say I was gonna do it. Okay, so once you get out of the wall, you stay for a while, and then we can... No! And then we wait for you, the next platform. I am literally saying you to platforms. We have time. We can wait a moment. That's not a problem. We can just wait for it to go away and come back and then jump onto it. We don't need to immediately do the jump. That's the thing, right? Especially with the more difficult Crash Bandicoot levels, you get used to having like very twitchy reflexes in order to do them. Some jumps in this level you don't do that. And that's what makes this level so goddamn difficult, because it's constantly changing up the way you have to interact with the obstacles. Because sometimes you have to be very quick and like your rhythm is very... This, for instance, like you have a jump where the 2 platforms are moving like as if they are on like the same track, and then immediately after you have a jump where the tracks are going against each other. And if I hadn't stopped here to talk for a little bit and just like remove my muscle memory from the last jump, this would throw you off real bad. As it is, not a problem. And we get a improvised checkpoint here with the embryo bonus stage, which is probably going to be hell as well, I imagine. Wait, how do you do that? Now really, how do you do that? I don't think I understand. You definitely need to trigger that first, right? And then come back. But this game doesn't have the slide jump yet. No, it doesn't. So, and even if it did, slide jumping off a block of TNT just seems like a bad idea. And you can't make this as a jump, right? No. So what? Oh my goodness. It's kind of obvious, actually. I don't know why I didn't realize. But what you have to do is, obviously, first you do this. What you have to do is you jump on this and then 3, 2, 1. And you have to time that jump to jump before it explodes, but not too much. That's a pretty small window of not getting blown up, but also landing on that block. Luckily, we have infinite lives because it's a bonus stage. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Never mind. That's, by the way, also the only way to just survive that TNT to begin with. So that's not the, oh, you want to get all the boxes part of it. No, that's just how you're supposed to do this. Nah, wasn't focused on the bottom one. Was not focused on the bottom one. That makes a certain amount of sense though, because obviously you want to be able to go over top there afterwards. We're gonna do this. We are gonna do this. As I said, I've got about 30 minutes here to do the entirety of Stormy Ascent, and we're entirely in new territory for me right now. That was goddamn close. So we're learning as we go. It's not often that you see me learn a new Crash Bandicoot level. I mean, obviously you've seen me learn the entirety of Crash Bandicoot 4 when I first played it. Let's Play is entirely on the channel if you're curious. It's a live stream VOD though. But like an actual classic Crash Bandicoot level, it's not often that you see me learn as you go along, because this is literally the last classic Crash Bandicoot level in existence that I haven't... It's just 5! It's not 10 in this game, it's just 5! This is literally the last classic Crash Bandicoot level in existence that I have not played yet. Other than the other scrap level from Crash 1 that has not been released as DLC. But also the actual like remnant of that in the game files that people have found is very incomplete if I recall correctly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I can only make that jump. Hold on. No! You have to count. You have to count how many boxes there are there. And how many there are left in the bonus stage in order to know if I can jump over that. I'm assuming I can't just jump over those boxes. That would be too easy altogether. There's 22 boxes in total in this bonus stage, which is... jump too early. We're getting there. We are getting there. If memory serves, there's also a Cortex bonus stage here. But that doesn't seem very likely. Because... there's not that many boxes left in the rest of the level, and... that surely must mean that we're getting close to the end of the level just to begin with. Or that there's a huge part of the level still to go through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or there's a huge part of the level to go through still, which has no boxes in it whatsoever, which means also no checkpoints. Because checkpoints are counted as boxes, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so there's 12 boxes left to go. Hold on, we'll count it. That's 4. That's 5, that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's quite a few boxes on top still. How many of those are TNT? I have no clue. Okay, but how? Oh my god, I have an ID. I have an ID. It might be a stupid ID, but I have an ID. I think I know how. I think I know how. That jump was frankly perfect. We can do that. Okay, I think this is it. This is it. We can definitely make that jump on that live box there. That's not a problem. And then just hope that we make this jump. And that's 22. This actually wasn't as difficult as, if I die here, I swear to God, as I expected it to be. I expected it to be even more difficult. I spent like 5 minutes on this bonus stage, I am aware. So only 12 more boxes to go. And then we immediately get an actual checkpoint. Panic! Again, this is entirely new ground to me. I started this level with 99 lives, by the way, yesterday. I played this a little bit yesterday as well, again, mostly for like level design inspiration and thinking about obstacles that I hadn't thought of myself yet, or programmed in myself yet. And things like these rotating platforms, for instance, I made my own version of. That being said, making a vertical version of those, like that goes up against a wall, that's actually rather tricky because those always have to be facing up, obviously, and getting that to work, I haven't gotten that to work yet, let's just say that. One that's horizontal, that's not a problem. No! We're gonna make this before 30 minutes though. That much I am confident about right now. Okay. Take this platform. That platform thing, challenge, obstacle, that's the word I was looking for. Right there, looks a lot more difficult than it actually is, funnily enough. And I think that a lot of this is just a matter of jump and don't think. It's not. Because you still have to think about when to jump and when not to jump. Okay. You gotta be goddamn quick there. Very, very quick indeed. Okay, then we jump on top of this one again. Somehow this is actually, like, I know that I'm dying a lot here, but you do have to remember, again, this is entirely new ground for me, and everything that you've seen me do up until now, I have done before, and it's fresh in my muscle memory because of yesterday. I feel like this section of the level actually is not as difficult as the first section. Because I'm getting through this rather quickly and easily. Okay, that is just mistiming on my part. But largely I feel like I'm actually quite fine with this because it's fast paced, but fast paced is not bad because that means that the level is designed for you to just run through it and press jump at the right times. Whereas a lot of the earlier level here, as I said before, it fucks with your timing a lot. You just have to be quick enough and not hesitate with these fast challenges. And that's not a problem at all. I mean, that staircase there requires a bit of tricky timing, admittedly. And you have to have faith that there will be a platform there when you jump. No, okay. I have no idea how long any of these staircases stay up, is also the issue, so maybe take a little bit more time here. See? You just have to trust the timing. Which is also part of what makes this... Okay, that's just embarrassing. What makes this level so difficult? Because usually you can do things in a pretty reactionary... Fuck you! In a pretty reactionary way in Crash Bandicoot. In this level, not always. Sometimes you have to anticipate movements. Not all of the time. Matter of fact, if you try to do it all of the time, you'll get fucked over. Because again, this level is not consistent in the way it uses its obstacle. Okay. And that's what makes this level difficult. It's inconsistency. And... Okay, that is definitely my fault. And as a, like... What this really is, this is a super boss. In RPGs, you often have, like, mega powerful bosses for the post game, for, like, a very big challenge. That's what this is, but for platformers. This is just a super boss. Okay, you do that one in such a way that you can make the jump when the platform is going back into your direction, because after jumping on the bird, you don't have a lot of vertical control or horizontal control. So you do this like that. That's partly bullshit hitboxes, but mostly that is me panicking and walking back and forth on the edge. When I fuck up, I'm more than happy to admit. And most of the things that have happened so far are definitely just my fuck-ups. You don't even need to jump over that bird. Just bouncing is enough. Yeah, this is definitely not going to go well for me, but I had a... God damn it! I was right about one thing. There's not a lot of boxes in this last portion of the level. It's taken quite long without any boxes. Which probably means that most of the boxes we're going to come across are going to be like checkpoint plus one more box at this point. And at that rate, there could be as many as 3 more checkpoints. So what is the use of giving me an extra hit if I'm not able to jump back onto the track anyway? Or onto the platform? That kind of seems bullshit. But I guess... Oh, no. Can I just... They respawn! They respawn! They respawn! But that might just be the difficulty of the level as well. Oh, now they're not synced anymore. They're not synced. God, fuck. That's not good. Actually, it's not too bad. Never mind. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What? How are you supposed to? What? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way you can jump onto that platform, off it, onto the next one, off that one, within that short period of time. That just does not seem likely to me. Remember when I said I think I can make it through Stormy Ascent within this 30-minute time frame? Yeah, me neither. I never said that. You can't prove it. There's not 4K high-def footage of it literally on the internet on this literal webpage. I might actually run out of lives, which would be highly upsetting because again, I started this with 99 and I have 50 left. But there's not enough time in this video for me to run out of lives, so I suppose that is very much a positive. Okay, again, what the hell? There has to be a cycle where it stays on a little longer, right? Oh, I understand. And I'm not happy about it. What you have to do is you have to jump on the first one, jump off it as it goes back into the wall, so you land on the second one as it comes back out, immediately jump again into a platform with different timing again. Oh, that is some tight-ass timing, and it doesn't help that you can only get there after going through like 3 or 4 other platforming challenges first, which at this point, most of these are fairly trivial, right? Like even this one. You know what? I didn't say anything. But this intimidated me the first time I got there, for sure. This never seemed that scary, I don't think. This one's still a little tricky. Because, mostly because I fuck it up, honestly. Can I get back onto... No. At that point, if you just fall over and you land on the spikes, just jump to your death. Because it's quicker. You're gonna have to reset anyway and lose a life, so why not do it that way? Okay, so we jump on you there because we need to get onto the platform on a return visit. I think I might have to attempt here because if I just land on the spikes, I can damage boost. I can just damage boost through this obstacle if I don't mess it up. Of course, if you fall into a bottomless pit, you definitely don't damage boost. Because nothing will damage boost you through instant death. Nope. I made a boo-boo. I will keep going. I will keep going until I get this. I swear to God, I'm not giving up right now. Mostly because if I give up now, I'm going to have to start from the beginning of the level again, and I don't want to do that. See, I don't even... Okay, that one was bullshit hitboxes. That's because... Compared to the PlayStation 1 version of the game, I know you've probably heard this before. Compared to the PlayStation 1 version of the game, where Crash had a box, a little hitbox, it was square because it takes less vertices to make a box than it does a capsule. So you could more easily stand on ledges, whereas in this game, your hitbox is actually a capsule form. Which means that it's easier to slip off edges, and that is stupid. Okay, I can't damage boost as much because I got one hit in, but... I'm just gonna give up on that obstacle because I feel like that has to be an obstacle that's followed by a checkpoint very, very quickly, right? That seems like a checkpoint obstacle. So if I can just damage boost through that, which I think I can. Fuck me. Which I think I can probably just get a checkpoint and maybe it's the end of the level. Who fucking knows? It seems like it would also be a end of level kind of thing. It's definitely not though, because I still need to get 6 boxes. Unless I missed some, which would be kind of devastating. There might also be... fuck! There might also be kill planes in between the spikes, which prevent me from damage boosting, which would be kill boxes, I guess. Because they're not two-dimensional. So there wouldn't be planes. And now I'm getting technical here. Because it seems like there might be... You know what? I can platform between those spikes relatively easily. So I feel like there might be a possibility for me to damage boost there after all. Okay, let's focus to getting back to that point though, because I haven't in a couple of lives' time, and it's actually kind of embarrassing. Yeah, that's definitely not how you do that. Now we're gonna have to wait for that thing to respawn. And then they're going to be desynced again. It's not that big a deal, because they sync up reasonably well, because he waits a moment, but they're not as well synced as they are on the first attempt. So, yep. Didn't have faith there. Probably a good thing, because I would have died, but it takes about as long to get back here after dying as it does for that thing to respawn. I guess respawning him doesn't take a life away from me, though. Oh, now they're really desynced. Oh, no. Yep. If you don't get it on the first try, you're pretty much fucked. If you don't get it on the second try, you're definitely fucked. Because every time a thing respawns, the offset, like the desync between those platforms, or the bird and the platform. But let's be honest, the bird is just a platform wearing a different coat. Every time it respawns, the desync gets larger. That just seems like a programming oversight somewhere. Where it respawns, or it starts moving after respawning, and not quite the proper timing. And usually that's not a problem. But if you respawn 2 or 3 times, it becomes a bit of a problem. So... I'm just gonna try damage boosting. On purpose. Okay, there we go. That worked. Sorta. And here you just don't do anything because... Okay, here we fucking go. Here we fucking go. Here we fucking go! Damn it! 2, 4, 6 more. That's the end of the level! It's the end of the goddamn level! Okay, if we get all the way over there with 2 hits... We can just damage boost through the bullshit obstacle. Don't try to rush this one! I didn't mean to do that. Don't try to rush that one. Okay. We can focus here for a moment, and we can do this. See? That's not that difficult. Damage boost through this one. Don't jump in between the spikes. Also, real nice hint there. Or it's not even a hint. It's just advice. Don't jump between the spikes. Because, again, you cannot fuck with me. You can't damage boost through death. And now you're going to be desynced again. It's the actual worst. Oh, they are... Wait, do they get desynced more and more between deaths as well? Because this seems real bad desync. I mean, it might actually be good for me, because it makes that jump easier to do, I realize now. Look, that's how you're supposed to do it. Except for that last little bit. That's definitely not what you're supposed to do. Again, don't do anything here. The platform just takes you. It's fine. It's good. It's literally the last jump. It's literally the last jump of the level, which for me means, because I've already 100% of the game, as you can clearly see, it's literally the last jump of the game. Shouldn't be this big a deal, but it fucking is! Though I suppose the last jump of a platforming game has some right to be monstrably difficult. We're 35 minutes into this. Again, I have seen the end. I have seen the end. I am certain that that is the last jump of the level. I am doing that. No, I am doing this. This is not only possible, this is doable. This is easy, as a matter of fact. I hate everything about this. Damage boosting is going to be more difficult now, because I have taken a hit. That being said, I don't have to keep my damage boost for the... Fuck me. For the final jump, because you can't damage boost through that one anyway. Just respawn. Okay. He does a little jump after he gets hit. He does a little jump after he gets hit. He does a little jump after he gets hit. Okay, we have 2 hits. We can just entirely damage boost this if we want to. And I kind of do. You know what? I count that as a success. It's really tempting to just jump early there, but you really don't want to, because I very much doubt that you can do that. I remember this obstacle because it gives a lot of people a lot of issues, and it's actually the easiest obstacle in the level. Possibly in the game. Well, definitely not in the game. Oh my god, we did it! And we got a life! We spent like 60, but we got a life. And a fucking gem. Stormy Ascent is my bitch! Now, again, in the original Crash Bandicoot 1, you would have done that to get the gem without any death. You have to perfect it. On top of that, if you want to get the time relic, you still have to do it perfectly, which I'm never going to do. So I'm never actually going to 100% this game, I realize. Fuck! Thanks for watching me so far.